Here's what I know. Everything that you need or want is on the other side of a few phone calls. And the reason I say that is because I have raised and generated millions of dollars since being homeless 10 years ago. And all of that has come in through, if you break it down to the very basics, conversations with other people. Because that's what negotiation is. Negotiation is a conversation between two or more people where you want both sides to win. Now, I will tell you everything you want to know about negotiating. You just let me know in the comments if you want me to do a whole video about that, because I've done that hundreds and hundreds of times. But what I wanted to talk to you about today was how you can take what you already know, what you're already good at, what you already like, and turn that into an offer, and then get on a few calls with people today, starting today, and for the next few days, and turn that into cash for yourself and turn that into a transformation for the other person. So you both win. And I'm going to pull from one of the chapters in my book. It's called Arlan's Revenue Playbook. It just came out a few days ago, and it is available to you for free. You just pay $5 shipping, and there's a few surprise goodies for you when you order just the book alone. And then there's some other things you can get if you want to upgrade. But I'm going to pull from one of the chapters. I haven't done this yet. Thought I would do this because I get all this feedback as people start to read the ebook and the listen to the audiobook and really just dive in, and they're receiving their physical copies, right? They're starting to tell me what is resonating with them and what is helping them almost immediately. I just got a message this morning from someone who said the very first chapter helped her with something that 15 years of studying hadn't helped her with. So this is really, really interesting, right? So I want to take from this book, because what I did in my book, Arlen's Revenue Playbook, the first book I've done independently. I have two books that are on major publishers. But this one I wanted to get to you as soon as possible, so I released it independently and bought a few thousand copies for us. Okay, so what I do in this book is that I have these, I take from my one-on-one conversations with 22 different people that I've worked with in the past few months. And I distill down the biggest and best takeaways from those conversations, and I put them in organized sections for you. And it's all about taking what you already know and turning that into something that will help you have a sustainable recurring revenue, as it says on the cover here. Now, this story is towards the end. It's in the last part, and you'll see that when you get the book. And this is a woman named Tahira, who I work with almost daily inside of Arlen's All Access, my membership. And I'll read a little bit from her chapter. And I encourage you to listen, because I know from your comments, I know from meeting you out in person, I know from your emails that this could resonate with you in a big way. And if we can unlock something from this chapter alone, then we can start to take the other steps, which are very teachable and learnable. We can take those steps, because here's what I want. I want as many of us as possible to have success financially. It's a pretty simple agenda. I want us to have success financially so that we can make more decisions and have more options and more freedom for ourselves. Because when I was homeless for most of my life, I had housing insecurity, food insecurity, just insecurity. And that feeling still haunts me, right? I don't want that feeling for other people. And I know now that I've played this game in the venture capital world, in the entrepreneur world. Now that I've played this game, I know so many of us can win at it. And so few of us are actually playing it. So let's play it. What last thing I'll say is, before I start reading this, and I do encourage you to listen in. The last thing I'll say is, what I've learned about rich people, I woke up today thinking this is why I'm doing this video, is that very wealthy people are playing on a different board than we are. And it's an unfair, unbalanced board. And it's also not something we should envy, because they're playing on this rigged, fixed system board game, right? And the winnings, the prizes suck. The prizes are like this status that nobody ultimately cares about when you die. The prizes are having things, objects, and not experiences. When I think that we should create our own, and I don't just mean when they say, create your own table and don't sit at the table. I mean, create your own customized board for yourself and play that game. Decide today, right now, what is your prize? What is success to you? What do you want out of life? Not looking over there or over there and saying, what do they want and what is their prize? We're not playing the same game. The game that they're playing is rigged, and the game that they're playing is doesn't have any salt or seasoning. So what kind of game can we play? And let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you. Let me tell you a little bit about Tahira and pay attention to this part because I think it's going to unlock something for you. So Tahira came into our conversation, ready to work. She had spent years refining her skills, serving women navigating loss, transformation, and renewal. But she wasn't lost. She wasn't unsure of what she was capable of. She just needed clarity. She had built businesses before, some intentional, some that evolved out of necessity. And one of those was that she's facilitated virtual memorials for grieving families and helped women reclaim their dreams after setbacks. She had this proof that she could build, sell, and serve. What she lacked was a system that made everything work together without making her feel like she was pulled in so many directions. Okay. And there's more to this, and I want you to read all of this. You'll find this on, as of right now, unless I change it, on page 121. So we talk more about what she offers, what she does, transformations she's made possible, all from a place of let me just try to help other people and let me be there with someone's pain point, quite literally. So here's a solution that we came up with: a streamlined ecosystem. Instead of treating her offers as a separate business, like one offers this business, this other offers this business, we built a framework that allowed them to flow into each other naturally. So I worked one-on-one with her and we built this for her. So the number one was a clear entry point. Her YouTube channel, which is what you're watching this on most likely, and online presence would serve as the primary way people discovered her. Videos wouldn't just tell her story, but would also educate, provide value, and subtly introduce her services in a subtle way. Number two in this path, a high value, low barrier offer. Instead of offering the 6 week grief groups for free that she had done previously, we structured a 5 day, instead of 6 weeks, we structured a 5 day healing intensive. It would provide immediate value, but also serve as a bridge to her deeper offers. Number three, a membership model. I talk about memberships a lot, you may have seen, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. And we talk about memberships and how they can be so transformative for your business, no matter what kind of business you have. So I talked with her about people needing a space to continue their journey. So we outlined a membership community where members could engage in ongoing conversations with each other and with her, receive structured report in the classroom, and access deeper coaching options if they wanted to. And then number four was a premium high touch offer. Some women wouldn't just want that support, they'd need a full transformation. So the support of the first three, that's where her masterminds, her coaching programs, and her retreats would come in. Instead of offering them as a standalone product, they became part of a natural next step for those who went through this foundational work. So the key was positioning. Instead of treating her past experiences as unrelated and projects, we made them steps in her journey. So here's the breakthrough that we talk about here. Get specific. One of Tahira's biggest concerns was narrowing her audience. She had served a wide range of people, and she wanted to figure out if defining her niche too specifically would constrain her reach. But when we looked at her past clients, it was clear 90% of them were very specific. And if you want to know what that specificity was on page 123, go get the book. It's at arlansrevenueplaybook.com. It's also in the links below. You get it for free, just pay $5 for the shipping, and you can learn on page 123 what her very specific niche ended up being. And so what's important about that is that when you think about YouTube, for instance, or a membership or audience, you think, oh, I need a big audience in order to get more people to buy what I'm selling. No, you don't. You need a few very dedicated people who are interested in what you have to say and how you can help transform them and help them. And if you have that, you can have them take them on a journey with you. They're, if somebody comes in with one thing, they may need something else along the way. It's just like a doctor or schools or anything that you add on pieces to. It's the outfit. You're not just going to get the one piece of the outfit. You may want the accessories, right? So you just think of that as part of your offer. And if you already have an offer and you feel like I have these great offers, but it's not converting, I'm telling you, it's on the other side of a phone call. And in fact, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and tell you that Tahira recently had a breakthrough when it came to having phone calls, having Zoom calls, and really finding that niche and bringing in capital that helps sustain her business, which helps her serve more people. So, the lessons you can apply from this particular chapter if you're struggling with positioning your business, whether you're a beginner or you are established, but it's just not working out the way you want it to work out, this book can help you. Number one, look at what's already working. Don't start from scratch if you have something else, right? Analyze your past work. Who have you actually served? What services have brought in the most revenue? And what do you get asked about the most? If 90% of your success has come from a specific niche, don't worry about the 10% you might lose. Double down on what's working. Two, lesson. The second lesson, build a path, not just a product line. Build a path, not just a product line. Put that in the comments if you're hearing me. Build a path, not just a product line, because you want everything to connect. Everything that I have and I offer connects to the next thing and connects with each other. It doesn't mean you have to do everything that I offer, but it means that it's all connected. I have something for everyone, but I don't try to serve everyone. Does that make sense? Like anyone can find their way to me, but they take their journey on this path. Your business should feel like a journey, not a collection of disconnected offers. If people come to you for one service, where do they go next? Create a natural flow. And three, test before you commit. This is a big part of this chapter that I skipped over. But instead of launching a massive program, start with something small, a 5-day challenge, a coaching group, a limited offer, and then get real data and information before you make a big investment of time, effort, and money into the big thing. And this is where calls come in because if you can get one or two, if you get two people on a call, and I suggest you get 10 people. And there are other videos that teach you how to get those 10 people, but get 10 people on a call. If you already have people, put it on your social, put it on your LinkedIn, put it on your YouTube, wherever you have people following you. Say, I am taking calls. I'm taking a very small amount of calls to discuss this thing that I'm offering. I'm helping people with. I'm helping a small group with. If you'd like more information or to see if it's a good fit for you, get on this call and you set up a Calendly or you set up a Zoom or you set up a Google Meets or you set up in person if you have, more localized people following you and you at a co-working spot or something and you have conversations and you don't go into those conversations thinking I'm going to make money, I'm trying to make money, I'm trying to squeeze every bit of money I can. You go into the conversation and you have a back and forth and see what the person is going through and see if you can help them. And this goes again across all industries, across all types of offers, digital, physical products, etc. How can I help this person? Whether you're selling something that costs $20 or you're selling something that costs $10,000, it comes down to conversation. The fourth lesson, stop apologizing for your work. One of the biggest shifts that Tahira needed to make wasn't just about her strategy, and it was about her mindset. If you've been discounting your expertise, this is going to hit some people. If you've been discounting your expertise, undercharging, or constantly apologizing for existing in this space, whether it's literally or not, it's time to stop that. So Tahira left our call with a clear direction, and it paid off very soon after. She knew what to focus on, how to price her services, and where to put her energy. Most importantly, she gave herself permission to stop trying to be everything to everyone and start building a business that reflected her deepest strengths. Now, what is your next move? Where have you been spinning your wheels, trying to serve too many people in too many ways? Take the time to refine, simplify, and commit to a direction. Don't get it perfect, get it started. This is what one chapter out of 22 taught. So you know how much is in this book, arlansrevenueplaybook.com. I made it for you. I didn't take on a $200,000 advance from a major publisher because it would have taken about 18 months to reach shelves, and I needed you to have this information now. So I I encourage you to think through that. Now, I have some videos. There's a video that says how do you make $5,000 in like a week? How do you make $2,000 a week starting next month? These different videos that if you go into my playlist, look for sales and conversion, look for those types of things in my in the playlist by clicking on my name. I teach you step by step, how do you have these phone calls? What do you say on these calls? What do you offer on these calls? And ultimately what you're doing is you're going to offer when you're starting out, or if you're starting over, or if you just want to test and play this game for yourself, you're just going to offer your time a little bit. You're not going to always offer your time because we're not trying to trade your time for forever. But for now, you're going to offer your time. I do this still. I do this to this day after generating millions of dollars. I mean, this is not a bad thing. It's a bad thing if it takes over your life and you don't have any time for anything else and you do this for years and you can't stop. It's a good thing if you say, I'm going to get on 4 phone calls, and 2 of those calls are going to result in me taking in a few $100s or a few $1,000 whenever I want or need. In exchange for that, I will help someone on the other side of that call and on future consulting calls that they paid for. That's that. And the people who cannot afford it, there are people who can't afford to do one-on-ones with me. That's why I have a journey, as I talked about in this chapter. I have a journey for them. I have a $5 book. You're paying nothing for the book. You're paying $5 for the shipping. And then you can learn from that. And then if you take what you learn from the book, you make money and then you can afford other things. It's just as simple as that. So this journey that people are on, that is the key. So what were your biggest takeaways? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.